Good morning, dear students. Now we see Standards 8, Science, Unit 8, Universe and Space. Have you ever watched the clear sky in the night? We will be delighted when we see countless number of stars and the beautiful moon. The science which deals with the study of stars, planets and the motions, their positrons and composition is known as astronomy. The stars, the planets, the moon, and the many other objects like asteroids and comets is in the sky are called celestial bodies. The sun and the celestial bodies which revolve around it form the solar system, a collection of billions of stars held together by mutual attraction that is called as galaxy. Our sun belongs to the galaxy called Milky Way. Billions of such galaxies forms the universe. Now we will see about the rockets. Space research provides the information to understand the environment of the earth and the changing climate and the weather on the earth. Exploring the space will help us to answer many of the challenges we are facing these days. Discovery of rockets has opened a small portion of the universe to us. Rockets help us to launch space probes to explore the planets in the solar system. They also help us to launch space based telescopes to explore the universe. More than all, rockets enable us to put satellites which are useful to us in a number of ways. Our country has effective rocket technology and has applied it successfully to provide so many space services globally. Now I will see about the parts of the rockets. There are four parts in the rocket system. One is structural system, payload system, guidance system and propulsion system. Now we see the first system, structural system. The structural system is the frame that covers the rocket. It is made up of very strong but lightweight materials like titanium and aluminum. Fins are attached to some rockets at the bottom of the frame to provide stability during the flight. Payload system. Payload system is the object that the satellite is carrying into the orbit. Payload depends on the rocket's mission. The rockets are modified to launch satellites with a wide range of missions like communications, weather monitoring, spying, planetary exploration, and as observatories. Special rockets are also developed to launch people into Earth's orbit and onto the surface of the moon. The next system is guidance system. Guidance system guides the rocket in its path. It may include sensors, onboard computers, radars, and communication equipments. And the last system is propulsion system. It takes up most of the space in the rocket. It consists of fuel tank, pumps, and the combustion chamber. There are two main types of propulsion. One is liquid propulsion system, and the another one is solid propulsion system. Now we will see about the types of propellants. A propellant is a chemical substance that can undergo combustion to produce pressurized gases whose energy is utilized to move a rocket against the gravitational force of attraction. There are three types of propellant. The propellants are solid or liquid. That is three types. One is liquid propellant, solid propellant, cryogenic propellant. Now we will see the propellant one by one. First one is liquid propellant. In liquid propellants, fuel and oxidizers are combined in a combustion chamber where they burn and come out from the bases of the rocket with a great force. Liquid hydrogen, hydrazine, and ethyl alcohol are the liquid fuels. Some of the oxidizers are oxygen, ozone, hydrogen peroxide, and fuming nitric acid. Next one is the solid propellant. In the solid rocket propellants, fuel and oxidizer compounds are already combined. When they are ignited, they burn and produce heat energy. Combustion of solid propellants cannot be stopped once it is ignited. Solid fuels used in rockets are polyurethanes and polybutadiens. Nitrate and chloride salts are used as oxidizers. The last propellant is the cryogenic propellant. In this type of fuel, the fuel or oxidizer or both are liquefied gases and they are stored at a very low temperature. These fuels do not need any ignition system. They react on mixing and start their own flame. Now we will see about the launching of rocket. Before being launched into the space, rocket will be held down by the clamps on the launching pad. Manned or unmanned satellites will be placed at the top of the rocket. When the fuel in the rocket is burned, it will produce an upward thrust. There will be a point at which the upward thrust will be greater than the weight of the satellite. At the point, the clamp will be removed by remote control and the rocket will move upward. According to Newton's third law, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. As the gas is released downward, the rocket will move upward. To place a satellite in a particular orbit, a satellite must be raised to the desired height and given the correct speed and the direction by launching the rocket. If this high velocity is given to the rocket at the surface of the earth, the rocket will be burned due to air friction. High velocities cannot be developed by a single rocket, so multi-usage rockets are used. To penetrate the dense lower part of the atmosphere, initially the rocket rises vertically and then it is tilted by a guidance system. Now we'll see the India's space programs. Soon after independence, India initiated space research activities. In 1969, Indian Space Research Organization was formed with the objective of developing space technology and its application for different needs of the nation. India is focusing on satellite for communication and remote sensing, space transportation systems and application programs. The first ever satellite Aryabhata was launched in 1975. Since then, India has achieved a lot of space programs equal to that of the developed nations. Now we will see the Chandrayaan 1. Our country launched a satellite Chandrayaan 1 on 22nd October 2008 to study about the moon. It was launched from Satish in Sriharihota, Andhra Pradesh with the help of the PSLV. It was put into the lunar orbit on 8th November 2008. The spacecraft was orbiting around the moon at a height of 100 km from the lunar surface. It collected the chemical, the mineralogical, and the geological information about the moon. This mission was a major boost for the Indian space programs and helped to develop its own technology to explore the moon. Chandrayaan 1 was operated for 312 days and achieved 95% of the objectives. The scientists lost their communication with the spacecraft on 28 August 2009. On the successful completion of all the major activities, the mission was concluded. Now we will see the objectives of the Chandrayaan 1. To find the possibility of water on the moon, to find the elements of matter of the moon, to search for the existence of helium-3, to make a three-dimensional atlas of the moon, to study about the evolution of the solar system. We will see the achievements of Chandrayaan 1. The discovery of presence of water molecules in the lunar soil. It confirmed that the moon was completely molten once. It has recorded images of the landing site of the US spacecraft Apollo 15 and Apollo 11. It has provided high resolution spectral data on the mineralogy of the moon. The existence of aluminum, magnesium, and silicon were picked up by the X-ray camera. More than 40,000 images has been transmitted by Chandrayaan 1 camera in 75 days. The accurate images of peaks and craters show that the moon mostly consists of craters. It beamed back its first images of the Earth is in N30. It has discovered large caves on the lunar surface that can act as human shelter on the moon. We will see the Mangalyaan, that is the Mars vehicle. After the successful launch of Chandrayaan 1, ISRO planned an unnamed mission to Mars and launched a space probe on 5th November 2013 to orbit the Mars. This probe was launched by the PSLV rocket from Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. Mars Orbiter mission is India's first interplanetary mission. By launching Mangalyaan, ISRO became the fourth space agency to research the Mars. Mangalyaan probe traveled for about a month in Earth's orbit and then it was moved to the orbit of Mars by a series of projections. It was successfully placed in Mars orbit on 24 September 2014. Mars Orbiter mission successfully completed a period of 3 years in the Martian orbit and continues to work as expected. ISRO has released the scientific data received from the Mangalyaan in the past 2 years. Now we will see about the objectives of Mangalyaan: to develop the technology required for interplanetary mission, to explore the surface of Mars, to study the constituents of the atmosphere of Mars, to provide information about the future possibility of life and past existence of life on the planet. Now we will see the Chandrayaan 2. ISRO has currently launched a follow-on mission to Chandrayaan 1 named as Chandrayaan 2 on 22nd July 2019. Chandrayaan 2 mission is a highly complex mission compared to previous missions ISRO. It brought together an orbiter, lander and rover. It aims to explore south pole of the moon because the surface area of the south pole remains in shadow much larger than that of the north pole. Now we will see the orbiter. Orbiter revolves around the moon and it is capable of communicating with Indian Deep Space Network at Bilalu as well as Vikram lander. Lander is named as Vikram in the memory of Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, the father of Indian space program. Rover is a six-wheeled robotic vehicle named as Pragyan. That means wisdom. Chandrayaan 2 was successfully inserted into the lunar orbit on 20 August 2019. In the final stage of the mission, just 2.1 km above the lunar surface, lander Vikram lost its communication with the ground station on 7th September 2019. But the orbiter continues its work successfully. Let's see about the NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration. NASA is the most popular space agency whose headquarters is located at Washington, USA. It was established on 1st October 1958. It has 10 field centers which provide the major role in the execution of NASA's work. NASA is supporting International Space Station, which is an international collaborative work on space research. NASA has launched rovers on Mars, analyzed the atmosphere of Jupiter, explored Saturn and Mercury. The Mercury, Gemini and Apollo programs help NASA learn more about flying in space. NASA's robotic space probes have visited every planet in the solar system. Satellites launched by NASA have revealed a wealth of data about Earth, resulting in the valuable information such as the better understanding of weather patterns. NASA technology has contributed to make many items used in everyday life, from smoke detectors to medical tests. We'll see the Apollo mission. Apollo missions are the most popular missions of NASA. These missions are made American astronauts to land on moon. It consists of totally 17 missions. Among them, Apollo 8 and 11 are the more remarkable. Apollo 8 was the first manned mission to go to the moon. It orbited around the moon and come back to the earth. Apollo 11 was the first manned landing mission to the moon. It landed on the moon on 20th July 1969. Neil Armstrong was the first man to walk on the surface of the moon. Now you see the NASA's work in ISRO. NASA made an agreement to work with ISRO to launch the NISR, NISA's satellite and Mars exploration missions. Work of Indians at NASA. People of Indian origin in America are working in NASA and they have made remarkable contribution to NASA. Now we'll see about the Kalpana Chawla. Kalpana Chawla was born on 17th March 1962 Colonel Punjab in 1988. She joined the NASA. She was selected to take part in the Columbia Shuttle mission in 1997 and she became the first Indian woman astronaut to go to the space. On her second mission on the Columbia Shuttle, she lost her life when the shuttle broke down. Sunita Williams. She was born on 19 September 1965 in USA. She started her career as an astronaut in August 1998. She made 2 trips to the International Space Station. The set of record of the longest spacewalking time by a female astronaut in 2012 with a total spacewalk of 50 hours and 40 minutes. She is one of the crew of NASA's Mars mission. Thank you, students.